Hi, my name is Kelly Tyler. I'm a software developer living in Seattle, Washington.
And hi, my name is Randy Hulett, and I'm an engineer also living in Seattle, Washington. We're about to head off to a hockey game. We are reading excerpts from the interrogation log of detainee 063. The log is an 83-page document that records minute by minute the 7-week interrogation of Mohammed al-Qahtani. The interrogation took place from November 2002 to January 2003 at Camp X-Ray, Guantánamo Bay, Cuba. This is one small part of that log.
13 December 2002, 0001. Upon entering the booth, lead played the call to prayer with a special alarm clock. Detainee was told, "This is no longer the call to prayer. You're not allowed to pray. This is the call to interrogation, so pay attention." Control put a sign on detainee that had the Arabic word for coward written on it. Detainee showed very little emotion during the initial portion of the session, except for the occasional smug smile that was met with the immediate taunts and ridicule from the interrogators.
0120. Lead ordered detainee to go to the bathroom and walk for 20 minutes. Refused water. Corpsman checked his vital signs and stated he was fine.
Both interrogators continued with the futility and pride and ego down approaches. On occasion, when the detainee began to drift off into sleep, lead dripped a couple of drops of water on detainee's head to keep him awake. Detainee jerked violently in his chair each time.
0240. After a bathroom and walking break, the detainee's refusal of water, the interrogations continued. Detainee became increasingly tired and incoherent. He slept for 1 hour, followed by 1 hour in his chair listening to white noise.
0530. Control showed detainee the banana rats and stated that they live better than he does. Lead asked detainee, "What do you think is going to happen to you?"
1115. Detainee taken to the bathroom and walked 10 minutes. Offered water. Refused.
In order to escalate the detainee's emotions, a mask was made from an MRE box with a smiley face on it and placed on the detainee's head for a few moments. A latex glove was inflated and labeled the Sissy Slap glove. This glove was touched to the detainee's face periodically after explaining the terminology to him. The mask was placed back on the detainee's head. While wearing the mask, the team began dance instruction with the detainee. The detainee became agitated and began shouting. The mask was removed and detainee was allowed to sit. Detainee shouted and addressed Lead as the oldest Christian here and wanted to know why Lead allowed the detainee to be treated this way.
1320. Detainee offered food and water. Refused. Detainee was unresponsive for the remainder of the session.
Afghanistan Taliban themes run for remainder of session.
1510. Corpsman changed bandages on ankles. Checked vitals. Okay.
1600. Corpsman checks vitals and starts IV. Detainee given 3 bags of IV.
1800. Detainee was unresponsive.
1833. Detainee was allowed to sleep.
1925. The detainee was awakened by interrogation team. He was offered food and water, but he refused.
1945. The interrogation team and detainee watched the video Operation Enduring Freedom.
2200. Detainee exercised for good health and circulation. Medical representative took detainee's vital signs and removed the ID housing unit from the detainee's arms. The detainee's pulse was low, 38, and his blood pressure was high, 144/90. The medical representative phoned the doctor.
The doctor instructed the corpsman to recheck the detainee's vitals in 1 hour.
2345. The medical representative rechecked the detainee's vitals. The detainee's blood pressure had improved, but it was still high, 138/80, and his pulse rate had improved, but it remained low, 42. The corpsman called the doctor to provide an update.
The doctor said operations could continue since there had been no significant change.
All right, that was our reading. Again, who are you? I'm Randy Hulett. I'm an engineer living in Seattle, Washington. Good, rip through all of them?
Yeah.
All right. Where are we? Oh, we're in Seattle, Washington. Tell us about your location. Well, we're in our house, and I think that goes a little, well, in my house. Kelly's visiting, as I mentioned. We're going to a hockey game momentarily here, but Why is it important to reckon with torture? We're in our house. There's children's toys around us, and I think as Americans, as we sort of enable these things in the world, that it's important we think about what it would be like to be in someone else's shoes if you were detained without really any charges or any process to free yourself. If you think about someone's children, your children being in that situation, I think as we detain people, as we torture people, as we kill people with drones, it's important to think about what it must be like for them and sort of the outrage they must feel.
So my name's Kelly Tyler. I'm in Seattle, Washington at Randy's house. I think it's important to reckon with torture as a way to recognize the humanity and the suffering of the victims. I think it's important to continue to uncover the truth. I think they deserve that. And ultimately, as a United States citizen, I think it's important to bring to light what my government's doing and to hopefully hold them accountable for the fact that my government continues to perpetrate violence throughout the world and especially toward Muslims.
All right, that's our video.
Thanks. That's pretty good.
They probably heard